Hey there, Capricorn, I'm one of you guys. So, we're going to talk about this huge movement of the positioning of Jupiter. So Jupiter is moving. This is only the 21st of May. I'm doing it a little bit early, doing it on purpose because that full moon in your 12th house happens in the course of the next 48 hours. So you're going to have the full moon, that's Jupiter itself, and then Jupiter is going to move into Gemini on Saturday for the next year. Now, if you look back to 2012, 2013, this will make a tremendous amount of sense over the changes, the transformations. In 2013, right at the end of, 2012 summer, I went with aunts out to Prince Edward County, which is eastern Ontario, south going into the almost United States, right on the borderline. And I found an ancestral property. And I wrote a note in the door, and the woman called, and I had this opportunity that I backed away from, which sometimes to my own chagrin, I feel like I really have made a mistake. But the thing is, these are the things that start to happen when you have a Jupiter transit in a position this strong. So remember, this can be a really dynamic time for you. It can be fantastic in regards to life direction. It can open up your life to many, many, many things being in that station of your potential your 6th house. So be very, very open to things right now. Use creative visualization. Get your structure going. Get it up on the fridge. Anybody out there, Capricorn Ascendant, Capricorn Sun, even Capricorn Moon, because that's mother home. So you want to look at all that stuff and really be focused and really dynamic about it. And please subscribe to the channel and like, and it really is going to add. Remember, it's an algorithm, so I didn't really know this myself, but it is more of a computerized understanding of who's liking what, that it causes the actual channel to actually go forth. And I've never seen me, except for yesterday by accident, I pulled up something to do with Capricorn myself, and boom, there I was. So the algorithm kicked in, and that usually means the computer likes you. So it's really dynamic for people to be able to do this, and it aids everybody across the board that's actually out there. It's all entertainment, and they want it for advertising. So here we go. We're going to do Capricorn. We're going to get you going for the month. Well, you got clarity and absolute dynamic. Now you're relinquishing something. 6, 7. One of the things that's really quite fascinating in your reading. So one of the things that's here is the fact that the beginning is clarity too. So this is this Leo energy, this dynamic, sun-filled dynamic. And then you've got bang, the moon. Moving in. What do? Do I jump? Do I go? Because you're giving something up. You're saying, okay, I'm offered this and I'm leaving. Then you have the Chariot, which is this courage, this dynamic and sacrifice. So I would say, Capricorn, that what's going on in here, your outcome, by the way, is this sort of nostalgia about the past. Who enters your life? Who comes in? Who resurrects? What do you resurrect? What is it you haven't finished? Well, I haven't finished LA. I was in LA at school. So who knows, right? So the beginning of the reading is clarity, renewal, this optimism of the future. The sun, what does the sun mean? It's the highest energy in here in regards to beautified intensity. So you've got the sun, and then you've got the Fool, which means jump. You're going, you're saying, I'm damn well going to do this, and you're leaving. You're leaving all those cups standing very pretty, but you're saying, ain't working for me. This isn't enough for me. But you're having to gather yourself and focus, because the Chariot to me always means, you always see this in most readings, and the Chariot card in a lot of the depictions is 2 horses, one's white and one's darker, pulling away from one another. So to me, with the Chariot, it's that you got to kind of really pay attention to the ADHD and say, no, wait a minute here. I've got to be focused. I have got to be on with this. Then you've got things coming together. You've got the 3 of Wands. Again, that fire energy. So where there's the beginning excitement, things initially coming together, now you're able to get it moving. The 3s are always dynamic for me when I see them in a reading. And then you've got sacrifice again, but the sacrifice is because you're further making decisions by the way of who enters into your experience, what comes up. So I would say a lot of this could also be just a metaphor for this is what I'm going to do. There's a lot of paying attention. I really believe with Jupiter's transit through Gemini, because it is mercurial, and of course Jupiter is fire, it is expansive, it is one of the biggest energies and the biggest planet in the zodiac. So it's sort of stating, kind of careful what you wish for, careful what you're focusing on, what do you really want? Because clients will say, oh, I want to meet somebody. I said, who? And I say something, I also throw things at them. Well, you're saying who, you're not saying whom. You're just saying, I want to meet somebody. So you got to be a little bit more specific. So I would say in here, the clarity of the renewal doesn't mean you have to give up, but I would say that you're going to. You're relinquishing something. Are you relinquishing something that hasn't worked? Now remember something too, we're going to stop here for a sec, about what's happening on a larger scale. Sun sign ascendant Capricorn, sun with moon, have the south node sitting in their house of career. So some Caps are going to relinquish something about career for the sake of this dynamic in regards to their actual home environment, their home and what they feel with family and blah, blah, blah. And it's interesting, you've got this nostalgia about the past, childhood memories or nostalgia. What are you trying to create here? So I would say that the clarity, the renewal, the jumping in means the universe is sort of saying, you take it or leave it. This is it. And if you say yay, you got to give up something. I did that. I was doing the readings for years, and I was offered this opportunity to go to school in LA, and I had to make up my mind in 5 weeks. In 5 weeks, I had to pull the money together, and I did it. Came back, decided, no, I'm going to stay and do this and da-da-da-da. So I would say this is another one of those years. Now, that could have actually been, at the time, I don't remember now. No, it wouldn't have been. I was thinking it was 24 years ago when Jupiter was there. It wasn't. So I would sort of say, guys, guys and gals, I would say that this is an interesting period. Think necessarily, I would say before you leap, I would say you want to think a bit, you want to be specific. I would set up a real structure, but don't necessarily make it so rigid. And I know Capricorns can because they're hardworking and this is the way it should be, and I can get like that too. But I would say something's coming, you gotta jump. You gotta make up your mind and say, I'm gonna do it. And there's no ifs, ands, or buts. And I would say outcome-wise, this is going to be a good thing. The issue in here about the nostalgia could very well be that just happens later in June. That because of all of these other elements that come about, you then have to make choices or decisions. You don't have to do anything, but I would suggest you make choices and decisions. And remember, this is for the month of June, but Jupiter's just beginning its sojourn. So it's going to go through the whole of the year with every sign and how that influences us. So anyway, I wish you all the best. And you heard it here first. Please subscribe, please like. And if you're interested in having a reading with me, you can actually find all that information on YouTube or on Instagram or Facebook, or my website is www.psychichunterdavidwilliamson.com. It's been a pleasure doing this for you guys. I wish you all the best, and we'll talk soon. Bye-bye.